Steps in planning. There are various steps in the planning. The first come establishment verifiable goals or set of goals to be achieved. The first step in the planning is to determine the enterprise's objectives. What are its objectives? There are many objectives of the enterprises. This when they have objectives, then the upper level or top manager, what happen, they will try to consider or carefully consider the objectives, and they tries to have different type of things what and they will make, and they will try to recognize what are the objectives. The first there are many objectives in this one. The first is the desired sales volume or growth rate, the development of a new product or services, or even more other goals, active goals are there. This all goals or objectives are considered and taken care by the manager. Establishing planning premises. See, when planning is done, it is done for the future, and when it is done for the future, there are many things which come into the consideration, and they should be a success. The plan, they should take care such that it should be a success, and there are many changes you might take in the future, which the planning has to become success, such that trends which going to change in the future, or which the information they are going to collect are population trend, like general economic condition, production cost and pricing, probably competitive behavior, capital and material availability, government control. These are different type of trends which a manager has to decide, and they have to work on that one. They have to plan for the future in such a in this area, such that there will be a development, and they should have a premises. If what a premises means, a particular area or their planning, how they are going to plan in that area. For example, too much competition are there, then it become promises for them how to overcome this one, how to take their product in such a way that it should be a competitive with other organization. And it is classified, this all premises are classified into three, three, that is, first one is internal and external premises, tangible and intangible premises, controllable and non controllable premises. Internal and external premises. Now let us move towards the internal and external premises. Premises may exist within the company or outside the company, so they are divided into internal as well as external premises. Now internal premises, if you see, it includes sales forecasting, policies and programming of the organization, capital investment in the plant and equipment, competency of management, skill of the labor force, other resources, and the ability of organization in the form of machines, money and method, and belief, behavior and the value of owner and employees of the organization. This all are comes in the internal premises, means which is internally the things can be developed, or it is such that it is related with the organization and can be developed at any time. Now the external premises are like general business and economical environment, technological changes, government policies and regulation, population growth, political stability, sociological factor, demand for industry product. These are not in the control of the firm or organization, or it is not in the control of the managers or top level managers or middle level managers. These are completely different. Policies of government, it depends upon the government how they will change. Technology changes changes, so we cannot predict what type of technology may come in future, so that is external premises. And growth of population also, it is external premises. So the next is tangible and intangible. Tangible are such premises which are measurable, which actions can be taken, work can be done, and things can make the things to work, that is called as tangible, which has which can be measured, which can be understand, which can be worked on that particular section. Now in this one includes Industrial growth, capital and resources, investment in the organization, these are tangible. On the other hand, if you see intangible means those factors which are out of control, we cannot predict at what time things might take place. For example, the behavior of the owner, if you see the behavior of the owner or the owner for the organization may change also. That time it is intangible, it cannot be, we cannot be predicted. So it cannot be predicted like other business and economic environment. This all things comes under intangible promises. Now next, deciding the planning period. See, the upper level managers, they select the terms or the goal of a planning premises. It might be of a 5 years, it might be for a 10 years, depending upon the businesses. Depend upon business to business. The company select select the company or organization have different product. So the planning also changes. So they have been divided into three parts. That is lead time in development and commercialization of a new product, time required to recover capital investment or payback period, and next last is length of a commitment already made. So in the first one, lead time in development and commercialization of a new product. See, if they are going to start a new project, the company or a firm has to plan it in advance. It may be of 1 year, 2 year or 5 year, depending upon the company's requirement, company's change, or the product. So the manufacturer has to bring out idea and plan to commercialize its manufacture its spare parts or its new product. Now time required to recover capital, see, or it buyback period, it is called also as a buyback period. In this one, what happen if you are bringing a product or bringing a machine worth of 10 lakh rupees, then that 10 lakh rupees, when they invest 10 lakh rupees to make a machine, then that money has to be generated. So if it is giving, or if it is earning, or a machine is giving 2 lakh per year, then it takes 5 years to give the amount what it has been invested. That is called as a payback. Length of commitment already meant. See, when any work start or any plan start, there is a commitment, there is a planning that it should either has to be done in 2 years, it has to be done in 10 years or 1 year. So that is called as a commitment. If they want to make a product, or if they want to start a project, then it is of 5 years, that within 5 years they have to finish off. That is called as a commitment. What happen if the commitment is done proper, if the planning is done properly, then the commitment whatever it will can be fulfilled at the proper time or proper period of a time. There are some limitation of planning also. In this limitation, the first comes the planning is very expensive. It requires time, it requires energy, it requires a lot of amount of money also, and it is also risky, and we cannot guarantee that if a planning is done it becomes successful or not. That is the limitation. Second one, now see, it is planning sometimes restricted the organization, it restrict the organization, and lot of times what happen, it sets the limit for the managers or workforce to operate. They make decisions, or they make a plan or rules and procedures in this one, where they have to work within that rules and the plans. So it becomes very difficult to take a decision during the time of emergency. When rules regulations are there, then it is very difficult for a manager to take a proper decisions. The next one, the scope of planning is limited in the case of organization with rapid changing situations. See, there are rapid changing situations. For example, if industries like textbook making industries, fashionable industries are there, their day to day activities take place, and their planning, it is often no use, it goes on changing daily. That is also one limitation. And if you see such establish some establishment, they are inflexible to the administration. Means what happen when the planning is done as per the planning, the things cannot be taken place, they might lose many things, so it may be working against the planning also. So it is very difficult to format accurate promises or objectives, because what happen, rules regulations if you make, then things becomes very difficult to maintain or to go as per the plannings. Decision making is a very essential part of a modern management. Okay, and see, a manager's life, it is filled with completely decisions. He has to take all types of a decision, whether what is going to happen, how the firm has to grow. These are the decision he has to take, all decision, maybe it might be minor or major decisions. Minor decisions where he takes with the rules and regulation, and with some subconsciously, almost subconsciously, he will be taking the decision to encounter the problem. When the major decisions comes, he should be very careful, and the decision should be taken in such a way that it should be helpful, with considering human judgment and experience is very very important for him. Many problem occurs to a manager where the decision has to taken place. For example, the profit of the company. If an employer is coming late, what has to be done with him? The warehouse, where has to build the warehouse? These are very very important decisions. Or next days, what should be the meeting? How it has to be worked out? How the thing has to work out? These are the decisions which he has to take. Now, meaning of a decision, there are three things implies. When a manager make decision, it should be chosen based on the logic, it has to be chosen based on the judgment, based on the situation, and based on the things how it is working, he has to take. He has to plan, manager has to plan alternate thing also, not only one thing. He has to use his wisdom and has to go for the many alternates. If one is there, it is not possible, he has to go for the another alternate. If that also not possible, for the other alternate he has to work out. And the purpose, manager has have the purpose in mind when they make a decision. Okay, they have to be very choosy, they have to be very alternative, and they have to reach the goal. That is very important. Types of decisions, there are types of decision, there are many types of decisions, there are many types of decisions. There is two types of a decision, that is, one is programmable, another is non programmable. Programmable decisions, in this one what happen, the managers will be having rules, regulation, procedures will be there. Based on that rules, regulation and procedures, they will be taking decisions daily, and becomes very easy. For example, product price, is there, customer order, determining the salaries who are of the employees who are ill, who are ill, and this all are based on rules and regulation. They doesn't want to have so use their wisdom or judgment in this matter. But some are non programmable, some decisions they have to take where there is no rules and regulation, no procedures. They have to use their wisdom, and they have to decide what has to be done. For example, a product is there, a product which is not working in the market. That product if comes back, then they have to decide what it should be done, how they have to face it. So in this one, it differs with the managers also. If for a programmable decision, that time both the manager will be having same rules, same regulation, so decision will be same on this one. But if it is a non programmable problem, if a problem occurs, that time what happen, in that time what happen, in emergency or in other major issues where there is no rules regulation, or that decision is non programmable, then the managers will be having different ideas. One manager with his own judgment and experience will take a decision, another manager with his own skill and judgment, he will be taking one decision. So that time decisions or their decisions will differ. That is called as a non programmable decision which has many limitations.